Good morning, everybody from North Carolina. If you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. I am Cecilia. I am a crofter, homesteader, wannabe goat farmer in eastern North Carolina with my family. And today we are talking about hay. Okay, so welcome to the hay barn. It's actually more than a hay barn. It's kind of an everything barn. Right now, it stores feed, building supplies, cardboard for garden beds, and hay, of course. So earlier this year, last year. Let's start before that. So we moved at the sort of the end of summer 2019. And what I learned from that experience about November is that this whole area pretty much runs out of hay. Or at least round bales, it sure does. And hay can be very hard to come by. So what I did for 2020 is I stocked up hay by November, I think it was October, November. I had stored 6 round bales, thinking that would get me through to next cutting. Now, it's gotten us pretty close, but we've increased our number of goats. It's been a very fluctuating winter, from cold to warm. And especially with horses, not so much the goats, but with the horses, when it does that, they tend to consume a lot more. Long stem forage is how horses create body heat. So when the temperatures rise, they kind of back off. And when they plummet, they just start going through hay like nothing else. So we are towards the end of February, and I am out of round bales. Now, the other day I did pick up a few bales of coastal. Let me show you what I have. So I've got, this is goat hay. I have about 3.5 bales of Timothy Orchard left. And I have about, 2, 4, 6, 8 of another type of coastal that's a better quality coastal that I just grabbed for horses in case we needed it. We definitely need it, but we need more. The Timothy Orchard is for the does, especially the ones in milk. They do much better with that and alfalfa pellets than they do just on the coastal. Our bucks get coastal. So we are down to the very end of it. Now, I can't find coastal round bales, which makes sense. I have found some orchard round bales, but I can't get them till probably mid-March. And they're not a bad price. They're 1,000-pound round bales for $90, which if you buy square bales that weigh roughly 65 pounds, that cost about anywhere from $12 to $15 in our area. So if you do the math and break it down, it makes sense to do round bales. It's inconvenient. It's a little more work to stay tidy. However, for the amount of animals that we're feeding, which isn't a lot of horses, but there's quite a bit of goats, round bales make more sense. Our horses, just the horses, use about a round bale a month between the two of them, and we do not leave the round bales out. We're too wet of a climate usually. We store them and we pull off the round bales what we need, put in slow feed hay nets. That's how we choose to feed our animals, and it works really well. So going forward, what I need to plan for is storing 8 months of hay. So by the end of November, I need to be able to make it to the end of spring, beginning of summer for next year, so 2022. So this fall, I will be storing quite a bit more hay. If we have it and don't need it, I mean, it just gets us further into the summer and the cutting season, which is wonderful. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer to be a couple more months out from cutting. And since our winter has been so wet, I bet cutting season goes a little further. So I have a coastal. If you're not familiar, coastal is just Bermuda. Bermuda is the type of grass hay. It's a blend that grows well in the eastern part of the country, southeastern part of the country. And I mix it with, I supplement, I should say, with alfalfa pellets, other things. I would love to feed straight alfalfa. Alfalfa in our area is ridiculously expensive. So yeah, this summer I'm gonna look for a farmer that I can just buy probably a couple hundred orchard square bales off of. If I can pick them up out of the field In Virginia, usually I can get them about $450 probably is what I'm looking at, which isn't terrible. So Corb and I are going to get the trailer hooked up. We're headed into Kinston to H&H Supply to pick up our bundle of coastal bales. Okay, let's have a conversation about the economics of hay. Well, at least the economics of our hay, because hay varies widely depending on where you live. Our area doesn't have access to a high quality hay, so it depends greatly upon what we can provide locally is coastal, and then everything else is brought down or over from other areas. So the vast majority of the hay we feed is coastal Bermuda, and it's actually a really good quality coastal Bermuda. The source I get from, I've been very pleased in almost 2 years. It's always clean, dry, well cut, and well baled. With coastal, a lot of times they'll light bale them, so you'll get bales that are 65 pounds, you'll get bales that are 40 pounds. These pretty much average a 65-pound weight, which is excellent for a coastal bale. So for a coastal round bale, a good quality coastal round bale, I pay $50. That's averaging 1 ton a bale, and that lasts us a month. I just bought a bundle of squares, which is 21 bales. If you buy individual bales, it's $6.50 a bale. The bundles are $5.50 a bale, so it works out to be about $115 for total for a bundle of 21 bales. That's an average of 1,300 pounds, which should get us just over a month with the horses, which is not bad. However, you can see that when we average 1 round bale a month for 2 horses at $50, paying $115 a month, or just slightly over, is about a 60% increase in our feed costs for hay. Feed stays pretty much, I use 8 bags of feed a month for 2 horses. Our bags are just over $10, so we average $80 in just feed for the horses. So keeping the horses isn't terribly expensive, it's much less expensive, and they've maintained an excellent quality of condition, so I'm very pleased with what we're doing. I just tell you how amazing it feels to feel sunshine, to have that big guy in the sky up there. We had, I think, almost 10 straight days of rain, and then like one day where it didn't rain, and we were almost dry that day. I mean, the little creeks are still flowing and some of the standing water was there, but the rest of it had pretty much dried up. And then it rained solid and hard for 2 more days. So we're back to being soaked, but hopefully the worst of the rain has passed. We are gonna head into the barn. The kids are coming out to help. We are doing a preventative treatment for lice on the goats real quick. And I'm gonna tell you how we do that. With all the wet weather, no sunshine, and the heavy bedding, I just figured it'd be better to take care of it so we don't have to worry about it. So we're gonna head over and get that done. So, treatment and prevention of lice, after some research, python dust, I figured a few other things were recommended. I decided to go with a product that is a pour-on insecticide called Silence. We have a lot of bugs here, southeast, so not what I would love to use, but it's safe for does and milk, and it is safe for kids a week and older. Of course, our kids are a few months old now, so this is what it looks like. I got a Tractor Supply. Wasn't very expensive. I think it was like $15, $16, and this goes a really long way. It is 1 cc per 25 pounds. We already weighed the does. Our does are, the babies are about 10 pounds each, except Trixie, who's teeny tiny. The young does are probably around 35, 40 pounds. And then the older does are around 45, 55. Pumpkin was pushing a little bit towards 60, but not quite. So I'm just sort of doubling up for the bigger does and accounting for the weight difference. And the little ones, I'm just doing half a cc. We're just using a random syringe that we had laying around, and it's pour on, so you drip it down the back like you would a flea medication, a topical flea medication for dogs. So it's pretty simple, easy to use, and we're gonna get that done right now. We are definitely not the only ones appreciating the beautiful weather. The girls are hanging out here at the front of their barn. Look at Noelle's in there with Sutton. Just crashing. Feels good, huh, ladies? Look at that cutie. Show me her face. She's so cute. With Trixie. Oh, we love Trixie. You guys are obedient? Okay, so you just take the little syringe and then another drop. And you just go all the way from the head down the spine to the tail. And that's what the fine people on the interweb said. Here, I hold on to her. I'm going to trim her feet. Good girl, Heidi. You were such a good girl. Yes, you were. She likes sunshine, makes me happy. Okay, we finished the girls. We went ahead and trimmed feet again. I'm trying to stay well ahead of trimming feet with the wet weather. I've been following a new channel, and I can't remember his name. He is a sheep farmer in Scotland. So when I remember it, I'm going to put it right across the bottom here. But since they have such wet, cold weathers there, they have sheep that they, let's not fall in the mud. They bed them inside the barn and they deep litter bed them. So they're on sort of a damp, very thick straw bed all the time. And he said that they use copper naphthenate, which is something we use here for horses. So I think just because we've had such a wet weather, I am going to pick some up. I don't have any with me right now. I used it all up last year. And I am going to pick some up to use that as a hoof dip to prevent hoof rot and all that good stuff. But we are on to the stinky boys. This is always so enjoyable. Of course, Houdini is ready and waiting. HB is quite skeptical. You have the stuff? Davin, did you bring the medication?
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, so we'll need 2 for Houdini.
I'm doing honey badger first.
Okay.
Houdini.
Davin, you want to fill the hay net? Did you already draw it up, my love? All right. Corbin is in charge now of drawing up the silence. So we're going to do 2 cc's for HB. Silence? Look at the bottle.
Oh, that's how it's spelled.
I think that's how it's pronounced, don't you? Yeah, he's like, nope. See ya. I'll move this way so you can come back this way.
He's gonna go into the pen.
Once he goes in the hut.
Once you chase him enough, he'll just go in there.
All right. Hootie's like, take me.
Nah.
Love me. Trim my feet. You can just keep him there. I can come to you.
No, that's fine. No, Danny, you're not.
He's like, now let me fight him. There we go. All right. You got him?
I bet. Yeah.
You got the bucks by the horn?
Yeah.
See, they look really good. They look in good shape. We got some fluff going on in here. Here goes Corbin's cat, who's more like a dog. Because she comes when called, Soxy! Psst, kitty, kitty, kitty! She'll follow us all the way out into the woods, stand there and meow in confusion, and then follow us back to the barn. Okay, we are on the next day. I don't even remember where the video ended yesterday. I just know that I meant to keep videoing, went grocery shopping. It took way longer than it should have, and I hate grocery shopping. So yeah, I just kind of gave up when I came home. I'm going to be transpotting the tomatoes. Here, I'll show you our tomatoes. So you've got San Marzano tomatoes, Cherokee, purple Cherokee tomatoes, and Roma. This is a half-failed experiment with some older hot pepper seeds. A couple or 3 have taken off and the rest haven't. And then we have our peppers, which I am just going to leave for the time being. So I am going to go ahead and transpot the tomatoes. And then I have some hot peppers. I don't know what I was thinking when I ordered seeds. I realized after that I didn't purchase any hot peppers, and we like peppers for various reasons. So I have picked these up at Walmart. They're just the generic regular Burpee brand hot pepper, Pinata blend, which is colorful hot blend, includes cayenne long red narrow, cayenne golden, cayenne purple, and cayenne orange. And a salsa blend, which is Anaheim, Hungarian wax, long, slim red cayenne, jalapeno, and ancho. Figured that was fun. I want to start them because peppers seem to take quite a long time to get going, and I would like to have them well established. I think they'll do well in our hot. All our peppers did really good last year. We just needed a lot more of them. So I'm going to go ahead and transpot my tomatoes. This is what I'm working with today. I saved these from last time. I have these. I'm also going to be planting some lettuce, muscalin mix, romaine, and I'm not going to do all of these. There's some red ruby. This is from our local garden center. So I think I'll do the red ruby too. Oh, roosters. I have my little transpots, and yeah, Matt and the girls processed some of the grow out rabbits today. Hay crisis averted for another month or so. Hopefully I can get those rounds in the next couple of weeks, and we'll be set till next cutting, and hopefully it stays dry so they can actually cut. But so like I said, I'm not going to do the peppers today. I'm going to let those grow quite a bit more, at least another week or two. So we're going to go with our Cherokees and our Romas. And let's see. Wish the roosters would stop. I don't know about everybody else, but our roosters talk all day long. Okay, well, we have made quite a mess, but that's okay. The girls are filling in and going to mark. We've planted lettuce in all these. We have a muscalin mix in the first two sets of cells. Then we have ruby red in the next two. And we have, what is that? What did we put in the last one? Romaine in the last one. And we have transpotted all of our tomatoes. Our bell peppers are staying for now. Last order of business for the day is going to be planting our hot peppers. Here you go.
So awesome. Good, beautiful plants.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Just took part in making your own salsa. And any other thing else. Ooh, curry. We can use our own fresh peppers and curry, Dee.
I ran out. I dropped it.
You ran out? Okay. Here's what we have ended up with. We have all our tomatoes transpotted. We're leaving our peppers for a bit, more tomatoes, and we have hot peppers and some lettuce, and this is all lettuce. And I'm going to do more, but I ran out of these little gray, or black, sorry, the little black trays. So, after sitting, it says it's 45, but sitting in the sun on this deck feels amazing. We were here for a couple hours getting that all done and then cleaning up after ourselves. I have evening chores in a few minutes. I feel like we got a lot done. Before all that, I raked out the whole barn. I cleaned out the baby's stall and spread all of the old bedding where the chickens are because it's supposed to be rainy tomorrow. Again, I'm just going to be grateful we had a couple days of no rain. Corb is home after his sleepover. He's going to get the rabbits cleaned up for the week. Everything is ready for a work week. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you so much for joining us again. Don't let yourself get caught without hay. I think we all forget that when there's plenty of hay, we just forget. So take care, be safe. I will see you later this week. Bye.